Good evening once again. Thank you for joining us for the 10 o'clock edition of the UBC News Tonight. My name is WADULO, ARNOLD, Mark, and Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. And without further ado, let's get straight into the headlines. Court ruling confirms Sheikh Mubaje as the legitimate Mufti of Uganda. Religious leaders in Mityana urge increased funding for the church. And preparations for the successful hosting of the 2025 CAADP Summit in Entebbe are finalized. And Busoga Kingdom engages with central government officials to foster regional development. A very good evening once again. We now give you the news in detail. The High Court in Kampala has delivered a verdict in the case involving the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, ruling that no charges have been brought against him. The court also affirmed that Mubaje remains the legitimate leader of Uganda's Muslim community. Alhaji Sechanzi Abbas Murubya, the Secretary General of the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, welcomed the court's decision, emphasizing that it reinforces the importance of upholding the rule of law within the Muslim community. Let's have a look at the details.
The High Court in Kampala has delivered a verdict in the case involving the Mufti of Uganda, Sheikh Shaban Ramadan Mubaje, reaffirming that Mubaje remains the legitimate leader of Uganda's Muslim community.
I'm happy to inform you that last evening, High Court Judge Dr. Douglas Singiza Karekona issued his judgment in all applications in a consolidated manner.
The case involved individuals such as Wabiri Yudaya, Bohan Namanya, and Hussein Simbwa, who had accused the Mufti and Uganda Muslim Supreme Council of wrongdoing, seeking to remove Mubaje from his leadership position. The court's verdict brings clarity and closure to this long-standing dispute. Alhaj Sechanzi Abbas Mulumbya addressed the media after the ruling, expressing gratitude for the judgment. He pointed out that the decision was vital in preserving the unity of the Muslim community, noting that those behind the false accusations had an agenda to destabilize Islam in Uganda.
And he calls upon us as Muslims to always endeavor to resolve our issues internally first before going outside. That is the ruling of the court. In the same ruling, the judge has set aside all applications, including an order that has been flying around, purportedly removing His Eminence the Mufti from office.
Sechanzi emphasized that the court's ruling made it clear that the Muslim community must refrain from using legal channels to voice grievances in the manner that undermines the leadership. He stressed the need to restore peace and unity within the community.
The application gives room for reconciliation for Muslims as brothers because he cites the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council Constitution, Article 28, that provides for the Muslims Arbitration Council. And he calls upon us as Muslims to always endeavor to resolve our issues internally first before going outside.
He further added that the ruling serves as a stern reminder that actions that violate the law, particularly those aimed at undermining the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council leadership, will not be tolerated.
To follow the law and be obedient to the judgment of court, and if you're a Muslim, to come back to Uganda Muslim Supreme Council. This is a place for all Muslims.
As a result, individuals who previously challenged the Mufti's authority, including former Deputy Mufti Sheikh Abdallah Semambo, are expected to follow legal procedures moving forward. The judgment strengthens the call for unity and adherence to the legal processes within the Muslim community.
To inform all those who have been using Uganda Muslim Supreme Council stationery, I want to particularly single out the individual called Issa Gule, who has been writing these letters to stop, because this is now a criminality.
Muslims gathered at the Gaddafi Mosque in Old Kampala to celebrate the court's decision. The ruling has been praised by many as a step forward to ensure peace and unity within Uganda's Muslim community.
Allah owekitiibwa atutuusizza ku nkomerero y'ebintu bino eby'eggangu. Basanyufu nnyo, tuli basanyufu bannange, tuli basibalina bwe tuwulira.
Njozaayoza Uganda Muslim Supreme Council kubeera nti tutuuse ku buwanguzi.
Story compiled by Jamilu Sekaja for UBC News.
Furthermore, a section of leaders in Mityana district has called on the government to consider enhancing the funding for the parish development model to expand its reach and benefit more communities. Now, this call was made during the public engagement organized by the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, in Mityana. Now, among those in attendance were religious leaders, including the Bishop of Chinda Mityana Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. Joseph Anthony Ziwa. Let's take a look.
As Mityana district enters the new year 2025, communities are focused on strategizing to improve their livelihoods. To facilitate this process, Minister Judith Nabakoba convened a public baraza in the district to discuss various developmental issues.
We are going to continue doing the same meetings in the various sub-counties and the various parishes because we want people of Mityana to live in harmony, to remain united, but also to participate in the different development programs the government of Uganda under the NRM and President Museveni has brought for our region.
The meeting took place at Mizigo Resource Center in Busimbi, sub-county, with notable attendees such as Bishop Ziwa of Chinda Mityana Diocese, District Kadhi Sheikh Bashir Muhammad Rwenda, and several other leaders from the district.
To be united, to be one. Tusobola okuba n'endowooza enjawufu waliwo natandikidde naye tekikufula muntu mulala, ffenna tusibuka wamu. Awo nno nga bwe tuli abantu ba Katonda tukolagane bulungi. Tuli basanyufu, pulezidenti yakiwuliriza n'akikondamu stamp. Tulina essuubi nti naffe PDM eteri mu magoba mu byenjigiriza yaffe y'obusiraamu.
The parish development model PDM dominated the discussions, with leaders raising concerns about the allocation and management of the funds for the program.
PDM bw'ogitunuulira eyambye nnyo abantu ba wansi, and I believe if the leaders have appreciated and they are aware of each and everything that is taking place on matters of land and matters of PDM, they will be in position to guide the population well, but also to guide it correctly, and together we shall be moving in the right path.
They all pointed out some irregularities in the disbursement of PDM funds.
Akagabirako abantu ku bantu 7.5 nga buli muntu afuna miliyoni emu. Twakagabirako amaka 7.459.
Honorable Minister, mu mwaka gw'ebyensimbi 2021-2022 ogatta 2022-2023 Mityana PDM Circles 15 zaafuna akawumbi kamu mu obukadde 600 w'emitwalo 58.
Several individuals also complained about extortion during the process of the funds distribution.
Tutegeeza abantu nti abaafuna ssente omwetoolo ogwasooka mwazifuna mu bukyamu.
Mugende mu buka gw'ennaalyankangi. Buli mukulembeze eyatwala omutwalo gwa ssente zo bazizze.
The baraza also provided a platform for raising land-related issues.
Ate twali ku baraza olwokubiri abantu batta omuntu ku ttaka eryo. Kati ensonga z'ettaka eryo ziri mu bbanga.
Omuntu bamukutte naye mbadde saagala kubyogera nnyo. Wuuno si byakulimba oba ki?
Minister Nabakoba responded by halting certain land use practices and promised to take appropriate action to resolve these issues.
Even matters of land, I have advised police and all stakeholders to always ensure, even if it's a court order, to move on ground, to check on the status of land where that order is supposed to be implemented and assess whether it will not violate any human rights. And they have agreed that they are going to do so.
Security concerns were also addressed during the baraza. ASP Vincent Mwesije, the regional police commander for Wamala, reassured the members of the general public that security will take priority during this new year.
Mwano Mityana tewaliwo misango mingi. Honorable, in a month, we register between 200 and 280 cases.
The meeting intended to sensitize all stakeholders from religious, different political parties, grassroots leaders on land matters, but also parish development model. So we have had successful deliberations.
Robert Anyango, UBC News.
Final preparations for the Africa Agriculture Development Program is done. And our reporter Jen Nyiramugisha had a chance to share a few insights with the organizing committee.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Chairperson of the Organizing Committee, Major General Kasura Chomukama, has confirmed that everything is in place to host the African Union Extraordinary Summit in Uganda. He spoke to the media during the final preparatory drills conducted by the organizing team at Entebbe International Airport to ensure all logistics are in order.
The purpose, I think, that the General Tisame and Kanomi and all the other people, Mzee here, are having these dry runs is to tease out any problem that might occur before this problem occurs, so that we iron it out, and where we need to change, we change. Where we need to keep good practices, we keep them. Where we need to get more resources, we get them. And
the summit presents a significant opportunity for Uganda to showcase its potential, with 49 African countries expected to attend. As of now, 39 countries have confirmed their participation, including 26 heads of delegation and 10 heads of state.
This conference is going to be an opportunity for us to showcase our ability. It's also going to be an opportunity for our people to make a little bit of money. And so, I urge everybody to take this with the seriousness it deserves.
The summit will focus on the Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program, CAADP, and is expected to see the adoption of the CAADP Action Plan for 2026-2035. The event will bring together key stakeholders, including government leaders, the private sector, farmer organizations, and the general public. Jane Nyiramugisha reporting for UBC.
The Chabazinga of Busoga, William Gabulana Diop IV, has urged the people of Busoga to unite in transforming the region across key sectors such as finance, education, health, and overall development in 2025. The Chabazinga recently met with central government officials from Busoga at his palace in Igenge, Jinja district.
The year 2025 kicked off with the Chabazinga holding a significant meeting with government employees to discuss how they can foster positive change in Busoga. The meeting was attended by various government officials, including representatives from different ministries, the head of KCCA, Hajat Sharifa Buzeki, her deputy Benon Chigenyi, as well as heads of other institutions, chief administrative officers, and several others.
Buzeki Sharifa. Ngani wise Kalambwe azaliwa Okakande mu Bulamuti mu Kamuli district era ebintu tebudumbula baba manankyoliyo.
The Permanent Secretary, Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development, Dr. Agre Chibenge, who led the team of government officials from Busoga, emphasized the importance of the meeting for the region's development.
But also undertake to be change agents in our communities by modeling for the less privileged and lifting some of these. We are less impressive. We are less impressive when our homes and compounds are enclaves of abundance and modernity, when all around us are wide seas or oceans of uneducated, unemployed, impoverished, and desperate kinsmen and kinswomen.
Chibenge expressed satisfaction at the active participation of senior government officials and noted the significance of addressing the challenges facing the people of Busoga effectively. The officials present shared their ongoing efforts to promote development in Busoga and presented their initiatives to the Kyabazinga and his leadership. This was further elaborated by Hajat Safina Musene, Commissioner from the Ministry of Education. Dr. Joseph Muvawala Nsekere, the Prime Minister of Busoga, commended government officials from the region for their collective efforts and for choosing to unite in advancing the development of Busoga.
That you have done a very good job. Being the economist I am, I'm going to tell you something. For the development of any society, you must have the necessary condition to develop that society. That necessary condition persists in every situation you can see. But for that necessary condition to become effective, you need the sufficient condition. If you're a mathematician, you will then differentiate to the next order. What has happened today? Busoga has differentiated itself to the next order. What I see here is the sufficient condition of Busoga's takeover.
Dr. Muvawala recognized the dedication of Busoga's government workers and stressed the importance of continued cooperation for the region's growth. The Kyabazinga expressed gratitude for the unity demonstrated by the Busoga government workers and praised the president for empowering Busoga people by placing them in significant government positions.
Mwebale kuida mubunji muti era nga kabolera akalaga nti edimu ku ng'ombe obwa Kyabazinga wa Busoga bebogerako era bwe tusiibanga lukubisa buli muntu y'obwegayisi mulaze nti mugituukiriza era mutuwuliriza. Mwebale ino. Mu ngeri y'endawulo nebaza omukulembeze w'eggwanga abateeremu obwesige mu bifo eby'endawulo bye mulimu era nimwe mwena n'abeebaza olw'okutukiikirira obukalamu yona yona yemukolera. In my view, the vision is a kingdom which is united, culturally conscious, healthy, educated, and economically empowered. Olwaleero boogere ku bintu kamaala kubanga basinga mwabisiza ebiduubo byammwe eri chairperson n'abakulembeze abandi ab'obwa Kyabazinga tidda kusobola kubijjamu kuba babiinunuire buli muntu yategeera omulama gwekuli na mu bimpimpi kyendiikuba nti tugemaganire walala kubanga singa timubaire bantu ab'omugaso mu bitundu emuwangalira, ab'omugaso eri obwakyabazinga, ab'omugaso eri Uganda yona yona ne mu nsi eddiini ed'okulya timwana balina mirimu gye muli nagyo.
William Gabulana Diop IV called upon the people of Busoga to work together towards bringing about meaningful change in finance, education, health, and all aspects of development in 2025.
At the start of each year, the world is filled with questions about what the future holds across various sectors, business, politics, both locally and internationally. Now, believers of Zoe Ministries gather to hear the prophetic messages delivered by Prophet Elvis Mbonye. Now, according to his followers, Prophet Mbonye has accurately predicted numerous events that have since come to pass. Similar prophetic insights for 2025 will be shared on January 7th. Elvis Mbonye is often described as a modern-day mystique in some circles. However, his true calling is best defined by his role as a biblical prophet.
This event is by Zoe Fellowship, by Prophet Elvis Mbonye Ministries, and the person that I'm really inviting people to come and meet is Prophet Elvis Mbonye. This man, every first fellowship of the year, he gives so many prophecies. And these prophecies affect our economy. They affect people everywhere, whether in Uganda, whether in the diaspora, let's say in Canada, whatever nation it is. International prophecies, national prophecies, regional prophecies. So we have seen them. I have seen them from 2013. And I have even gone to these very people, some of them, after observing and seeing that. Now, if people had been there to know that this man has given such a prophecy, they would take it seriously. The security people would be concerned and, alert the nation to look out. Other prophecies are like into the business world, like the DTB prophecy that prophets about banks. People in high-profile places should all come. These prophecies will affect them whether they want it or not. And it shouldn't be like, they shouldn't take the prophetic office for granted, because when a prophecy is given, it affects. It comes out, and it's the Lord who gives him these prophecies. He's come so that people can know what is going to happen. And then if they know early enough, they can consult the office of the prophet, and all these let's say negative ones can be averted. The good ones, the nations shall celebrate if those are national prophecies. Everyone really, I want everyone to know about this event. I want every political person, the MPs to come. They're the ones who are making these laws. For instance, the time when Uganda was facing these Busoga, the homosexuals, he had given prophecies and prayed against homosexuals. And so when we saw the president and our MPs, the speaker refused, we were thanking God, because that was a prophecy fulfillment that he had given. Yes, I'm here really to invite leaders, to invite businessmen, to invite the army, to invite the police, to invite everyone that has a high-ranking office to be there. It shall be to their benefit.
Emuka, an organization dedicated to preserving African cultural heritage, is celebrating 37 years of cultural evangelism, service to God, and commitment to humanity. As the sun rose over the lush hills of Bamunanika in Luero district, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation as Emuka manifested a remarkable journey spanning 37 years. Let's have a look.
For 37 years, the core of Emuka's mission has been the preservation of Africa's cultural heritage. The organization has worked tirelessly to promote and safeguard the continent's rich cultural diversity. Through a variety of initiatives, Emuka has successfully protected the traditional practices, customs, and values, ensuring that future generations continue to appreciate and carry them forward. Mwesigwa Chitinda, a prominent leader at Emuka, highlighted the organization's key efforts in promoting African cultural evangelism. His words emphasized Emuka's ongoing commitment to amplify this work.
And normally, when we are in holidays, we have a school where we teach them about the faith, such that they can grow when they know what the faith is all about. So by having so many youth here, it is a sign that in the future, the faith is going to grow strength by strength.
The core mission has always been about empowering local communities, fostering sustainable resource management, and promoting eco-friendly practices. Through these initiatives, Emuka aims to support both social and economic development at the grassroots levels.
When they are celebrating 37 years, we so much appreciative about their work with the community, basing on health issues, because they built a hospital for the community and enlightening people about their culture.
One of the most distinctive aspects of Emuka's mission is its dedication to preserving local names and sacred spirits believed to be sent by God for the protection and guidance of his people.
Muleme kutunulira kukusa mbuto zammwe na kutunulira ebyo okukola mmwe ebibagasa nga tabalala tebibagasa ne bw'onoobeerawo nga ddala togasizza bantu bansiyo oba baggwanga lyo balafubanidde bwereere.
In this kind of treatment is very much welcome, as we have seen the new establishment which will accommodate the kind of treatment which brings into consideration our cultures, but also brings into consideration the fact that not everybody with the spirit on them is supposed to be taken for a criminal or something, as we see the abominations that are being pronounced on us.
Prince Wasajja Kiwanuka, a professor at the University of Kigali, underscored the importance of these names and spirits, noting their significant cultural and spiritual value. He says Emuka's work is deeply rooted in faith, with a strong desire to create positive change.
It's the same as Malaika, a ghost. Because we talk about a holy ghost, there's no difference. A ghost can be holy, and my ghost can as well be holy.
In this, as the years go by, the numbers increase. The numbers that receive here to Chota Mugavu increase, because the time is right for people to hear and comprehend this message. At first, people were not so certain about this message, but right now,
Emuka's 37 years of cultural evangelism is remarkable. An organization's determination to work towards preserving cultural heritage, serving God, and promoting the welfare of humanity. Robert Katamba for UBC News.
Winning requires the stamina of a lion. But most importantly, it requires that you carry that water up the top of the hill. However, you must use a spoon. Take the water now. Go, run, climb up the hill. 72 spoons. Faster, go, go. Winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
This is so much smoke.
How you doing? My friends told me about an affordable solution. They're called Greenergy BioStove. Very clean and very safe. Let me call them right away.
Wow, can you believe these beans are ready in just 45 minutes?
Greenergy ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. We're now taking you to the world of business. The government of Uganda is discontented with its counterpart, the government of Kenya, for its continuous blocking of Uganda's dairy export, despite both countries being in the common market of the East Africa community. Kenya has since September denied permits to Ugandan milk processors to export their products into their country. Now, government is currently exploring other export markets other than relying on Kenya.
There is a growing frustration in government and dairy processors following the denial by the Kenyan government to release permits to Uganda dairy exporters, despite both countries being in the East Africa community common market.
While we are in the common market in East African community, Kenya has continued to frustrate trade in dairy products in protection of their dairy industry, which is not competitive.
This has not only affected the dairy processors, but also farmers.
But now if he produces his milk and brings it to the factory, and now because they have no permits, it means it is going back to them. And what does that mean? It means that they are losing the milk by it ending up going bad or selling it locally where they are not gaining more.
Ramirama Bright, the State Minister for Animal Husbandry, says Uganda has got 168 both small, medium and large dairy processing plants which process about 4 million litres of milk on a daily basis. Uganda's milk consumption per capita is 61 litres contrary to the 200 litres as recommended by the World Health Organization. This bulk difference calls for value addition, leading to export, but the Kenyan government has contributed to put barriers to protect on processing farms.
We have plenty of feeds for our animals, and we produce substantively quite cheaply than Kenya. So for some reasons, the Kenya has been staggering supplies to their market and sometimes complete frustration.
Despite meeting the East African Community Secretariat and signing trade agreements, Ramirama says Kenya remains adamant to heed to the agreed terms of trade.
The Kenyan government and our government of Uganda could maybe sit, or they should sit and harmonize on this so that this pressure can be reduced on us.
We have made a tremendous progress in mediation. We have signed the agreement. We have been with ESC Secretariat about the matter. The President himself has taken it up, but they open and then they close, they open and then they close.
A way of maneuvering Kenya's protectionism, the government of Uganda is currently exploring other global and sustainable dairy export destinations.
So we are looking at West Africa. That's why Uganda is very, very active in intra-African trade and commerce. So we are not sitting down with this kind of frustration and misbehaving in the common market. So we are looking for markets, distant markets, and more sustainable and lucrative markets.
Sudat Kaye and Ambrose Muhumuza, UBC News.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, His Grace Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has commended the government for the presidential initiative on banana industrial development, noting that it has played a significant role in job creation. He made these remarks during the 20th anniversary celebrations of the initiative, where he was the chief celebrant.
The presidential initiative on banana industrial development was launched in 2005 and aims at contributing to the country's industrialization by promoting banana value addition, reducing wastage, and boosting exports. The initiative has now reached its 20-year milestone, and Archbishop Kazimba Mugalu has expressed his appreciation for government's funding, highlighting its positive impact on job creation.
Uganda is the most beautiful country in the whole world. The brains you have, I think that we need to value them, but also let's sensitize our people. Lastly, may God be at the top of whatever we do. Because without Him, all our efforts are very good for nothing. Praise the Lord, my soul, and all that within me. We thank God for 20 years, and we pray for the next phase to be even more beautiful, and God should be at the center.
The Director General of the Presidential Initiative on Banana Industrial Development, Reverend Professor Florence Mulang, revealed that the initiative has now entered commercialization phase.
Different versions of commercialization of the plantation. When we did the benchmarking, we were producing between 5 to 10 metric tons maximum. When you found somebody producing 10 metric tons per hectare in Ushenyi, they were the big farmers. But this is really nothing for commercial purposes. It makes the unit cost for the raw material very expensive. So we went down, and the Professor Zake, that's why he's recognized, and we worked on how we can take the science that we have and experiences of other scientists, especially in Israel. And we had a lot of our scientists visit Israel and be trained in the Israel model, and were able to bring it to bear at Nyaruzinga.
She further explained that the initiative has empowered farmers, particularly women and the youth, by improving livelihoods, increasing household incomes, and strengthening food security in banana growing regions.
We are going to automate the processes, we are going to upscale the production volumes, but also we are going to put in new lines to bring responses to specific markets in terms of flour. For instance, I just want to give you a highlight. Most of our traditional consumers in diaspora were asking us, where is the flavor in the instant? So we went back on the drawing board and we did drum drying, and we are working on installing a drum drying plant which will give the diaspora market of Uganda upstreaming the products that they want.
On a national scale, the initiative has encouraged entrepreneurial growth by utilizing both the main products and byproducts of banana crop. Robert Katamba for UBC News.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when fueled with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Your car is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Welcome back. It's now time for sports news. Defending champions Park FC returned to the summit with a 3-1 victory over Crown Lubidi on Friday night at the old Kampala Futsal Arena. Marshal Miro Victor with more details.
Highly anticipated top-of-the-table clash, defending champions Park FC handed Crown Lubiri their first loss in the Bet Power Futsal Super League, winning 3-1 at the Old Kampala Futsal Arena on Friday evening. This crucial victory propelled Park FC to the top of the league table, marking a significant turning point in their season. Abasi Jr., fresh from being crowned the December Player of the Month, scored early to give Park FC the lead. Michael Abura doubled their advantage in the 36th minute, but Crown Lubiri refused to give up, pulling a goal back before Joshua Aziku sealed their victory with a sublime pass to an empty goal with 5 seconds left to play.
That is our character as a team. Wherever you are, you come to Park FC. You like it or not, we fight until the last whistle. So the boys have that in their mind. The game is not yet over until the final whistle is blown. You understand? So they always put that in the mind that we have to play no matter what. Whether we are 4-0 down, 4-0, we have to score. We have to continue playing. Who knows what happens? So yeah, that is the mentality and the character of Park FC players.
We knew if we could contain Crown, we would get another chance, which we did, and Abura was able to score a second goal. And then you can argue about the decision to award the penalty. But well, that is the game. Crown came back into the game and was able to seal it with the third goal. But it was a really, really good game. Every team has actually improved and they are so much better. And it will be very, very tough to retain the trophy. But with our players, I hope we are able to do that.
The win has sent Park FC to the top of the league table with 24 points in 9 games, holding a 2-point advantage over Crown Lubiri and a 1-point lead over Mengo City. Mengo City had a resounding 7-0 win against Nasana Aska, with Ivan Tugume scoring a hat-trick and Sharifu Opuli finding the back of the net twice. In other matches, Kabusu Clowns came from behind to defeat bottom-placed side Ediga's Youth Program 8-3. Kaboa Dream Team returned to winning ways, beating Chisugu 5-3 in a closely contested match. Meanwhile, Chisenyi FC surrendered a 3-goal lead, drawing 4-all with Lubaga Gramen at the Old Kampala Futsal Arena. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
And that brings us to the end of our UBC News tonight. Thank you for being a lovely audience. We do compel you to set your goals strategically. 2025 should be a year that you progress and achieve goals. 1% better each day is better than nothing at all. So otherwise, have yourselves a good night. And my name is WADULO, Arnold Mark, and Dorothy Namuyoba. On Sign Language.
From the 9th to the 11th January 2025 at the Munyonyo Commonwealth Resort and Convention Center. The summit will consider and adopt the new Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program, CAADP framework, and sign the Kampala Declaration to